Dear students, welcome to the MOOC on India's foreign policy in a globalizing world. In this lesson, we are going to learn about India's relation with SAARC. Main objectives of the lesson are to examine the relationship between India and SAARC, India's role in SAARC after the COVID pandemic, to understand obstacles faced by India to play a role in SAARC, to know India's role in SAARC in the future. Let us begin with the first part of the lesson on India's relation with SAARC. Most of the countries in South Asia show limited interest in regional cooperation. They believe that engaging in regional cooperation could result in losing their national identity and bargaining power. In any negotiation, a country often has more advantages while bargaining at a bilateral level than at a regional one, and hence they may prefer bilateral cooperation with India because they would get more benefits and concessions. On the other hand, India should improve its bilateral relations with its neighbors. At the foreign policy level, there have been efforts to expand India's outreach beyond South Asia. India is seeking to build strategic political and economic alliances at the bilateral, regional and global level. It has also been trying to enhance its capabilities and capacities to ensure its strategic autonomy, which will in turn achieve greater power status. India realizes the fact that unless it improves its relations with its neighbors, New Delhi faces difficulties in transcending its role beyond the region. Its global presence has been steadily visible, and its role in the world makes it difficult for South Asian neighbors to ignore it. Enhanced bilateral relations with the neighboring countries can facilitate better security cooperation and counter terrorism efforts. Collaborative initiatives can help combat common security threats and promote peace in the region. By building trust and goodwill with neighboring nations, India can play a leadership role in regional forums like SAARC and BIMSTEC. This leadership can drive regional initiatives and promote collective progress. Let us discuss about India's role in SAARC. India is the largest and the most powerful country in the SAARC region, and its engagement is binding for the success of SAARC. Pakistan too is considered as a South Asian power. Their working against each other's purposes leaves the regional organization in a moribund state. One can argue that the success of SAARC hinges on the ability of India and Pakistan to set aside their differences and work collaboratively for the betterment of the entire South Asian region. By fostering an environment of trust and cooperation, these two major powers can unlock the full potential of SAARC, promoting economic growth, social development and regional stability. The long-standing and deeply rooted political tensions between India and Pakistan have often resulted in a dysfunctional SAARC. The acrimony between the two nuclear-armed neighbors has spilled over into the organization's proceedings, hindering its ability to effectively address critical regional issues. However, SAARC witnessed a glimmer of revival when the COVID-19 pandemic struck the world. The coronavirus hit every nook and corner of the world, and in the face of such crisis, India convened a SAARC leaders meet in March 2020 to cooperate in the face of the common health crisis. This was the first coming together of the organization after the cancellation of the 2016 SAARC summit in Islamabad. On this instance, also Pakistan's Prime Minister delegated the Minister of State for Health and Special Advisor for participating in the conference. Even prior to taking the initiative of holding such a conference, India had received requests from some of the countries in the region for supply of medical equipment as part of its neighborhood first policy. India had also conducted evacuation drives for citizens of Bangladesh and Maldives along with its own citizens from some of the worst hit COVID places such as Wuhan, Italy and Iran. A SAARC COVID-19 response fund was also set up where countries donated voluntarily to pool in resources for battling the virus, with India emerging as the largest donor with a contribution of approximately 10 million US dollars. India has also developed a SAARC COVID-19 information exchange platform for use by all SAARC countries. It will facilitate exchange of specialized information and tools among designated health professionals. Additionally, India has also conducted several training initiatives for health professionals from SAARC countries. India also established an integrated disease surveillance portal to trace possible virus carriers and their primary contacts. It expressed willingness to share the software with other SAARC countries to assist them in maintaining records of COVID-19 infected people and establish a common research platform. The Indian initiative of enabling virtual interaction among health professionals and officials is expected to go a long way in standardizing emergency responses, sharing of experiences, enabling collaborations across borders, creating the knowledge capital to meet unforeseen health emergencies in the future. Further, India has emerged as the largest donor of COVID vaccines in South Asia, donating around 1/4 of its total vaccine supply to the region. Besides, India also supplied several medical equipments, testing kits, masks, PPEs and sanitizers in real time to curb health costs to countries. I hope you understood about India's relation with SAARC. We will discuss about India and SAARC after the COVID pandemic, China's role and India and future SAARC in the next video. Thank you.